Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick, and today guys we're going to be jumping down into the charts for Bitcoin, see what's been going on most recently and what I would expect to happen next. As I get into this video, if you find it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. Now if you have not joined us in Discord, links in the description down below. It's a fantastic community talking crypto 24/7. It's completely free, and I hopefully don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find on down there. So why not go ahead and check it out today? Okay, guys, let's get on into a bit of Bitcoin here, right? So we're on the hourly chart. We are using the USDT pair, and we are using Binance as a data source for this one. Now, of course, you know we've got these kind of really big moves kind of going on. We are looking at this fourth wave with potential higher 33,500 still stands. Of course, we've got the bigger sub wave here, big A wave up to this high point of about 31,460. Pulling on down, this B wave I don't think is finished yet. And then, of course, we're going to have that C wave taking us up a little bit higher. Okay, now, obviously, the high point, 33,500, is subject to how low B wave goes. So we'll just keep an eye on that. So I'm going to go through a couple of things here. Let me just remove this fib. To give us an idea into what is going on, right? So we've got some subwave counts here and give us a bit of an indication as to what is going on, right? So essentially we had this ABC structure here. This is basically your zigzag, so nothing unusual there. But we have got 5 waves down, so we're looking for another zigzag to the downside. This hopefully will then show us our B wave low. Okay, so a bit of an unusual one to have this many 5-wave moves, but again, you know, right now Bitcoin's being unusual in the way that it is acting, but nonetheless we have this reversal right up here, and again this is just a 3-wave move, and then we can see that we're pulling down. We're probably going to come down to 28,255, and we should do this in a 5-wave move, so we should have something that would look like a 5-wave structure. Okay, that would then actually mark the bottom of this this B wave. That should then be the B wave low right about there. Okay, and what I'll do is I'm going to tidy up some of these old waves that we don't need anymore, because I need to see all of them. So here we can see exactly kind of what's going on. Now I think this is a bigger structure in this B wave as A, B, and then we come down into C, right? So you end up with this kind of pattern here. So essentially we're looking at about 28,255. So we're going to go quickly just mark that up down here at 255, and I will just type that into the coordinates. So 255. There we go. Okay, and then what I'll do is I'll just put a horizontal ray just to mark that and make it a little bit more visible right there. And again, I will just make that 255. Okay, now I can get rid of the fib, and we're good. Okay, so there's our structure, right? Now, if, of course, you know, this is our high point just up here, and this is our low point, we'll take this this measurement, okay, and we move this fib over to our new line of 28,255. Drop that right there. This is actually now lowering our upper target. It's 33,290 on the 1-to-1 ratio. Now it does mean that we could potentially overextend and all of that kind of stuff. Let me just go ahead and change this to 290 and 58 cents. Okay. So that's going to be our target there that we kind of now want to keep an eye on. That's going to make our 4th wave high, and I'm just going to move this over this side so we can see how long we've been trading sideways here. It's been very, very boring, but you know, essentially that is what happens when the volume drops down. So here we have our wave 4. Okay, so that's marking our 4th wave. That would be about 33,290, assuming that we do land on 28,255. Okay, as we come on down, we can see that we have the 5th wave low all the way down here. If I bring this up into our 4-hourly chart, you can see this is down here at 22,967. That hasn't changed, but it does need to a little bit. So if we were to now just go ahead and assume, because we've adjusted our top range here to a little bit lower, it does mean that our potential low point has changed as well. So this is 22,967 is a 1-to-1 wave count on a larger scale. So I'm not going to move that one, but I am going to draw in a little bit of a zone just a little bit higher, which actually is a little bit of a refinement. So this is still possible. Okay, we can overextend that, but the subwave counts are usually a little bit more important. So this is coming in at 23,294. So I'll go ahead and take that. 294 to 29 294. There we go. So 23,294. And then at the upper end of this range, we have 25,344. Okay, so I'll go ahead and just put in that 344 there as well. Okay, so now we end up with this range. This is the most probable area for our fifth wave to land, okay, right inside that little yellow box. The 1-to-1 ratio is really apparent on our daily chart. Actually, I put it on the 8-hourly chart. Yeah, the 8-hourly chart. You have a move here of A, B, C, and that's 22,967. That has not changed on a much larger kind of macro scale here. However, the subwave counting would indicate a little bit higher than 22,967. So again, we can overextend. And of course, we can go a little bit shorter. So the subwave counts are very important, so we can understand that. Now, also, if I bring this back down just to our 4-hourly, actually, I'll bring it into an hourly, and we'll just bring this up again for a sec. So the other way of looking at this, and just to kind of keep ourselves sane during these moments of volatility, is we're going to check this higher range as well. Let me grab hold of this one. I think it's going to be this one right there. Okay, now if I move this over to the height of our fourth wave, we're looking for the 618, and the 618 would be 23,167. So again, we're getting right into that sweet spot for confirmation of that move down. Okay, so essentially that's kind of what we're looking at. I can now remove this. We don't need that one. So yeah, that's all looking pretty good. We're getting confirmation of this area right down here. We've got the 1-to-1 ratio on the daily chart with a C wave low. We've got our fifth wave coming down in towards our range of 23,200 to 25,300, and of course we've also got the bigger kind of retracement levels as well, running right from the top. So again, we should be open to the idea that actually we're not necessarily going to be coming in all the way to that downside. So we've got a lot of kind of scope right inside this sweet spot here. This is giving us a huge area of probability for reversal. Okay, obviously I'm not going to be able to be 100% certain on it. This is crypto, anything is possible, but what I'm doing here is mapping people's behavior inside the crypto space, or specifically with Bitcoin here, and the buying and selling behavior based on Elliott wave theory. And essentially what this is telling me is this is the highest area of probable bouncing. Okay, so essentially we pull back down, we finish this fifth wave low, which should be a 5-wave structure. Okay, so we should see some kind of 5-wave structure. Now, the 5-wave structure will determine whether or not this area is going to be that low point, and the subwave count is more important than the macro fifth wave. Okay, so if we end up with a fifth wave overextended and it takes us down towards $20,000, it takes us down towards $20,000, right? Essentially, that is more important than the macro larger kind of wave here. Okay, so that the micro wave count has to end, for example, with a 5-wave structure in the fifth wave. If it overextends, and then this is no longer valid. But essentially, we are basically scoping out that maximum area for returns. Okay, so essentially, well, I guess what I'm trying to say here, really badly, is that this is the area according to the chart at the moment. Okay, it is indicating anywhere really between 23,000 and 25,000 as the area for a bounce, okay, to the upside. And the subwave count of this 5-wave move down is more important, which means it can potentially go down lower, and it can of course go up higher. It really depends on that 5-wave structure and where it wants to end, essentially. Okay, it's important that we track that, because that is the behavior of the investors at the time. Okay, I'm not going to go on any more. That's kind of what I'm seeing going on in the charts right now. Obviously, yesterday I spoke more about the macro, and obviously why I think there's so much more potential in here. So if you want to kind of get a bit of an idea on that, and you want to kind of get a good idea as to kind of where we are on the macro scale, why I think this is a high area of reversal, then check that video out. But if you found this one useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. With all that said, done and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.